Over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to be reviewing your model airports. Today, we will have episode 1 where I will review 10 of your airports and 2 of them will move on to the grand finale. The first airport that we're going to be reviewing in today's episode is San Morato Airport in Arizona. I really like the look of this airport as it is super detailed and has really precise ground markings. I also love the color contrast between the taxiway and the runway. And in this image, you can also see the DHL hangar, which in my opinion is a really great detail. I really like the look of the airport terminal, and I'm actually really curious what you used for the windows, which gives off that effect as it looks really good. In this image, you can see the amount of detail you have put into the runway markings, and it looks really good. I also love all of the aircraft that you've made out of paper as they are super detailed and look really clean. Overall, this is a great airport and definitely a good contender to move to the grand finale. The next airport that we are reviewing is McKinley Airport, which is located in Florida. Being made out of only cardboard and marker, this airport is pretty good, but there's definitely some stuff that you could add. For example, instead of just the plain cardboard base, you could paint on top of it with some paint that you could pick up from a local hobby store. It's really cheap and it'll definitely work out. Another thing that you can get is Posca markers, which are really cheap on Amazon and they'll definitely be good for ground markings. Overall though, with the materials that you had, you've made a great model airport. And the next airport that we are reviewing is St. Andrew Matthews Airport, located in the Scottish Highlands. At first glance, this airport is super big and detailed, and I really like it. This airport is so detailed, with the arrival and departure section, the change in taxiway color, the blast fences, the Gemini jets, and another really cool detail I found was the I Love Scotland sign. Here we have an Air France E190 parked, and I love all of the details around it, such as the ground service equipment. Here we have an Oman Air 787 lining up for takeoff on runway 25, and you can just see the amount of immense detail that has been put on that side of the runway. Here you can see another view of the airport, and it looks so good with all of the planes, the taxiway markings, and overall this is just such a great airport, and I think that it is definitely grand finale worthy. And now that takes us to the next airport, which is Stafford Airport, located in Virginia. At first glance, it's a small airport, but it has really great lighting. This is a really cool detail that sets it aside from other airports. One thing that you can consider is using painter's tape when painting your lines so that they'll be thinner and it'll look better. Overall though, your airport looks good and I really like the lighting, which is a unique effect. Okie dokie, the next airport that we are reviewing is Bardoneski International Airport, located in Michigan. I really like the look of this airport as it has lots of vegetation, a cool looking terminal, and really precise runway markings. Over here we have an Emirates A380 parked at Gate 1, and I really like the look of this picture with the ground service equipment and the jetways. One thing that I've noticed here is that you've also added an ILS box and a windsock, which are really cool details. I also love the vegetation. I think my only suggestion for you would be to make the taxiway lines a little bit straighter, as they look a little bit curved right now. But I think that your model airport looks amazing, and that it is definitely grand finale worthy. The next airport that we are reviewing is Matchmoney Airport. So there was no location given for this one, but at first glance, it looks great. This airport is also made out of cardboard like many of the other airports that I have reviewed, and this one looks absolutely amazing. I love the concrete tile effect that you've added in this picture, and it looks great. I also love the way you've shaded the ground gray because it looks much more like a real airport. This airport has a regional and international terminal, and it's quite big, and I really like the look of it. I think that my only tip for you would be to shade the rest of the white areas gray like you did with the place where the aircraft parks, as it looks really good in that section. Overall though, you have a great model airport. This next airport will absolutely blow your mind, and it is called Wisconsin Lakeside Airport, a 1/400 scale airport, and guess where it is? That's right, Wisconsin. I love every single aspect of this airport, whether it's the snow, the immense details such as the monorail, the jetways, everything. It is just such an amazing and complete airport. The greenery in this airport is absolutely magnificent, and the amount of immense detail, such as the tire marks in the snow or the snow plows, This image looks so good, as you can see these Delta and Southwest planes parked at the gate. You can also see the ground service equipment around them and the jetways, which have jet bridge branding on them, which is a really cool detail. Over here we have this cargo section where this Khalida airplane is parked, and it just looks so good. The airport also lights up at night, and it just looks amazing. It is so complete, and this airport is definitely worthy of going to the grand finale. The next airport we're looking at is a huge 1/400 scale airport located in New York, JFK Reimagined Airport. The airport is so neat and clean and sleek, and it's definitely the cleanest airport that I've ever seen. Even with that though, there's still tons of details that you could add, such as mottled grass. I love that your terminal lights up, and that's a really cool detail. Overall, I think your model airport is really good. And on to the next airport, we have Northview Airport, which is located on an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, similar to my other model airport. Overall, this airport looks pretty good, and you have a nice collection of Darren aircraft. I also love the greenery in this airport, the trees you've added, and I really like the livery on this Alaska Airlines 737. I mean, I can't say much about this airport because of the pictures that have been provided, because I can't really see much of the airport. But from what I can see, it looks like a really good and complete model airport. So good job on that. And I am pretty sure that y'all are all familiar with this next model airport, which is a 1/400 exact replica of the real-life Denver International Airport. And oh my gosh, it looks so detailed. The terminals, ground markings, jetways, ground service equipment, it all looks so good, and it contrasts so well together, and it looks exactly like the real-life Denver airport. There are so many small and cool details that have been added to this airport, and it is just so amazing, and it honestly just stuns me. The pictures that have been provided are so high quality, and they make it look just like the real Denver airport, and therefore this is my pick to move to the grand finale. Well, y'all might be sitting there wondering, hey, that's just one airport, what about the other one that's gonna progress? Well, that y'all are gonna decide. So go ahead, go to the comments, and choose the airport that you think deserves to be in the grand finale. We'll see you next time for episode 2. Bye y'all, and thanks for watching.